I think, well, a lot of us in this band, well, pretty much all of us have, yeah, all of us, yeah, have a similar story in that we were raised in Christian homes and all accepted Christ at a very young age. So life before, I don't think anyone could really point to a time that faith wasn't at least part of our household, and then cognitively we grew into faith. I think what we could speak to is times of walking away from the Lord, and those times are times without accountability. I think pretty much always, and for me, the way the Word, I forget who the quote was, and I'm sure someone out there knows, but it was penned. I think it was Jim Elliot's Bible that said, "This book will keep you from sin, or sin will keep you from this book." And anytime I encounter the Word, and in a state of walking away, in a state of rebellion, it's always a breaking point, I think. Even just hearing a great message that was spoken on the Word will definitely have that impact in my life, and I find a renewed faith. It was a couple years ago. I was kind of going through a bit of a dark time and just really struggling, I think, in my walk, and struggling, wondering where God was in the area of just providing. And being in a band is not like the glamorous life, I think, that a lot of people think. And I intersected with a series that John Ortberg had put together that was basically a walk through the Old Testament. And all of a sudden I became aware, and it wasn't just one particular verse or even a book, but just the Old Testament as a whole, God revealing the cost of sin and the cost of walking away from Him, and also the redemptive nature that God was fulfilling His covenant. And that actually was a source of a song that we wrote actually recently, "A Better Way," just talking about the plan of redemption as it intersects with our lives. So, yeah, that's.
It always blows my mind. I'm blown away by God's grace. It's almost like when it's in those times that I walk away, in a sense, is where it proves to me that I belong to God. The Holy Spirit's conviction, and when I'm sinning, it just feels completely wrong, And I've been brought up in a Christian home. I know the right way, and even when I want to ignore what I know, my heart still won't ignore it. So it's pretty amazing.